A very good evening, welcome. Thank you very much for watching. I'd like to welcome you to the Hull Kingston Rovers Player of the Year Awards for 2020. My name's Neil Rudd and I'll be your host for this event this evening. And of course, we live in strange times, as has been said so often over the past few months. What we'd like to be doing is, as we normally do, is gather together in a room and celebrate the 12 months gone by and celebrate the contribution to the club by the players, the staff, who have helped to do what they've done in terms of achieving for the club over the previous season. And it's also a great celebration, a great social, isn't it? But we can't do that this year. We will do it again, I'm sure, in the future. But for this year, we've just got to make the best of it. And we still, despite all the restrictions, want to celebrate those people who have made the biggest contributions to the club in 2020. So that we're going to do that tonight in this format with the Player of the Year Awards for 2020. So sit back, relax and enjoy the evening as we hear from key people from the club, those all-important awards presentations of course, and we've got a few little surprises up our sleeve. Okay, it's time for the first award of the evening. It is Tackle of the Year, which is sponsored by EasyBuy. Let's have a look at the nominations.
No real ground there as it was Thornley who came onto that ball at rail pace.
Hole was closed, ball goes down the short side, again he hoists it high in the air. Golding is sprinting across his 10-metre line, oh he catches it and he's away Aston Golding, he races up towards the halfway line, the cover's coming across. Golding, I don't think he's going to get there, he tries a little skip step, he's going for the corner, he's found an extra yard, he's tackled 2 metres away.
Luluai floats one to Hastings, ball over the top here could be dangerous. It was the kick in behind from Hastings and the pace of Bevan French. Referee's not too sure at the moment. And he's said held up.
To the middle on the last one, Lewis with a little grubber kick. Will it fall for a Rovers player? It's hacked on, but there again is Myler. And Myler gets his way up to the 10. Well, he's been in the right place at the right time every time tonight.
Yeah, he's been really good, solid at the back. Hull KR, when they shift that ball and come up with a decent shot here.
Okay, it's time for the first award of the evening. It is Tackle of the Year. It's sponsored by EasyBuy. Let's have a look at the winning tackle.
Ball goes down the short side, again he hoists it high in the air. Golding is sprinting across his 10-metre line, oh he catches it and he's away Aston Golding, he races up towards the halfway line, the cover's coming across. Golding, I don't think he's going to get there, he tries a little skip step, he's going for the corner, he's found an extra yard, he's tackled 2 metres away.
It's time for the second award of the evening. It is for Try of the Year and it's sponsored by Acklams. Let's have a look first at the nominations.
Rovers offloading, can they make a line break? Ellis flings it out wide, it's with Minikin now. Minikin tries to take 2 Hull defenders on. He had Sneed up top and he had Griffin down below. Ellis, good ball inside, it's with Robbie Mulhern, he offloads back, Kenny Dowell, he goes into the 20 and offloads to Quinlan. Quinlan back inside to Minchella, it is, he offloads again. Rovers have got men stacked up out wide. Can they make this capitalise? And they do! What a try! Byron Robbins in the corner! It's Ben Crooks who finishes off the move. They must have been about 6 or 7 passes.
Litter now. Lateral. 4. 10 is enough. Prevent the offload as well, crucially. Parcell. Over the top, Sean Kenny down, and Ethan Ryan. The referee gives the try. Sensational from Hull Kingston Rovers. The latest. Linnett gets the pass away.
Hold it.
Will Dagger plays it quickly for Jordan Abdul examining this Wigan defence. What a pass that is! Back on the Minchella. It's 3 in 6 minutes for Hull Kingston Rovers.
He's picking the right time to run Jez Litton.
No Matt Parcell for the Robins today. Jez Litton stand out so far. Here is Lynette, brilliant pass again. Back from Dagger. It's another try and it's a hat-trick for Greg Minikin.
And the winner of the Try of the Year for 2020, sponsored by Acklam's, is Ben Crooks against Hull FC.
Rovers offloading. Can they make a line break? Ellis flings it out wide. It's with Minikin now. Minikin tries to take 2 Hull defenders on. We had Sneed up top and he had Griffin down below. Ellis. Good ball inside. It's with Robbie Mulhern. He offloads back. Kenny Dowell. He goes into the 20 and offloads to Quinlan. Quinlan back inside to Minchella. It is. He offloads. He offloads again. Rovers have got men stacked up out wide. Can they make this capitalise? And they do! What a try! By the Robins in the corner! It's Ben Crooks who finishes off the move.
Pleasure to announce the Try of the Year. Goes to a young guy who likes to score tries. He scored plenty this year. He's our top try scorer. And the Try of the Year, as it turns out, came in the Derby match, as you would expect. And well finished off by a spectacular try by Ben Crooks. Well done, Ben.
So, Ben, you've been announced as the Try of the Year winner. First of all, what's your initial reaction on that? How are you feeling?
No, it's good. It's nice to pick up an award like that, but I can't take too much credit for that try. There was a lot of work that went on further up the field from a lot of the other boys. You know, especially players that have been involved in the play, one, 2, and sometimes 3 times throughout that one play, and for it to come to me and just dart it down in the corner, for me to take the credit for it would be a bit shameful, but it's nice to get the award.
When you first saw that ball, like you say, getting thrown up the middle by some of the players, just a ridiculous amount of offloads, what was going through your mind then? Were you thinking, this is actually going to end up with me getting over in the corner, or?
Not so much it's going to end up with me, but you know, the style of play that we practiced early in pre-season, and you know, the way that we're playing in that game, I know I had to try and stay aware, and our side of the field had to stay up in line with play and stay active, and you know, we did that all on our edge, and you know, luckily it did eventually make its way out to me, and I just thought, get it down, and yeah.
Well, you looked overjoyed when you scored it, but there was 2 factors of that. Was more of it, oh my God, I've just scored an unbelievable try that the team's pulled off, or was it, I've just scored against FC, and that's just how you feel when you get a derby try?
Always that feeling when you get a derby try. You know, they're always intense and somewhat, in certain senses, close games. I know the scoreboard kind of gets blown away in certain games, but they're always tough and intense and close games. So to get over for a try, you know, it's enjoyable enough and elating enough, but to get one over against FC, it makes it even better.
We now come to the next award of the evening, which is for the Young Player of the Year. It's sponsored by the Drain Company, and the recipient of this award has been chosen by head coach Tony Smith, and the winner is Jez Litton.
Just to the left of centre, he's going to come down this near side, set restart, Litton skips away, gets ankle tap and gets over the line, and the referee is going to say that Jez Litton has scored for Hull Kingston Rovers.
Tuesday, Rovers' longest serving player, and Litton with the scampering run. Litton is away, Jez Litton, he's got support on his inside, and they're going to go in here with Minchella.
Young Player of the Year award. There's plenty of candidates for this. We had a number of young men come through and do a good job and get some good experience in this year. And but it was a very disjointed year in many respects. And you know, one of those things was certainly revolved around, you know, a lengthy lockdown. But somebody who I think benefited from the lockdown, because he went into lockdown with an injury and he came out of it ready to play, was the award winner. And when he got his chance, he showed everybody what he's capable of. And I thought he really used lockdown period to grow up and mature and really attack it when he came back. And he made some real big inroads in his career and in our fortunes as well. And I think there's a lot more for him to come, and but it's been a pleasure to coach, and that young man is Jez Litton.
Congratulations, Jez. Lots of high praise from your head coach there in your full debut season with the club. Pick up Young Player of the Year. Again, what's your initial reaction on that? How are you feeling?
Yeah, really happy. Just thanks, Tony, for the award. And like Tony said, I think there was a lot of young boys what could have got it, and there was a lot of young players that stepped up. So to get that award, yeah, I'm really happy with it.
Like Tony said, you came back from the lockdown with an injury, and you seem to come back flying out the gates. One game that probably sticks in fans' minds is that game against Wigan. There was no Matt Parcell there, and originally people might have been a bit worried without a senior figure at number 9, but you really seemed to take hold of the reins there and just kind of lead everyone around the park. Was that quite a standout game for you this season?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I think Tony put his trust in me to start against a top club like Wigan, and I just wanted to repay him and just put a good performance in for the boys, and it came off for all of us that day. So yeah, it was a great day, and yeah, probably the one that sticks out for me is that game this year.
And then just finally, one of the pleasing factors for some of the fans is that you're a young player, you're a local lad, and you've got 2 years left in your contract as well. How do you see yourself developing as a player? Do you think you're going to learn a lot from some of the key figures that are in the club? You know, like the likes of Tony, Danny Maguire, now as assistant coach, and Matt Parcell at number 9. You see yourself developing quite well at Rovers?
Yeah, definitely. We've got like all the experience we need. There's not many more higher than Tony, Danny Maguire, and we've got Dave Hodgson and Stan as well. So there's real good coaching staff, and then the likes of Matt, he's a partner at Hooker as well. So I learned a lot of things off him, and we like sort of similar players, so we picked stuff up off each other. And yeah, hopefully I can develop over the next couple of years and try and get that starting spot.
It's time to hear who our loyal 2020 members wish to crown the Members Player of the Year. It's sponsored by hullkrfans.co.uk. Before we go to the winner, it is very important that the club would like to say a massive thank you to everybody who has supported the club. This is from buying merchandise, this is to keeping your memberships running, and without you the club would not have made it through to the end of the season. And a series of membership benefits have been announced and can be found on the website, which is hullkr.co.uk. From the club to all the supporters, especially the members, we'd like to say a massive thank you for the contribution you've made to helping us through in 2020. So on to the award, and in second place it's Ben Crooks.
It's exciting to watch, but this cannot be the entire game plan as good as it looks.
Oh, they are in! First try of the game in the first few minutes. It's Ben Crooks, Super League's top try scorer.
In a penalty to Hull FC then.
As it is, Rovers can continue. Milnes wide, and Ben Crooks does supply the try.
Rovers are on the last. The kick is by Jamie Ellis. Rovers have got tall men. On! Ben Crooks has got his 4th.
And the Members Player of the Year, sponsored by hullkrfans.co.uk, is Kane Linnett.
What can they engineer here? Abdul, the pass, Linnett with their strength, and have they found a way on the line here? Lewis, brilliant pass for Minikin. Abdul, Linnett spinning away. Linnett tries to dump the ball back to Abdul. Abdul finds Minikin.
From the members award, they've come down with pretty consistent sort of nominations as the rest of the club, and the eventual winner by all the fans there is Kane Linnett. Well done, Kane.
Thank you.
Kane, second award of the night. How are you feeling about that? It's your second one, like I said earlier. You got one from the board, now you've got one from the people who pay their money to see you. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm I guess a little bit surprised. Obviously, stoked with winning the award. yeah, just very grateful. Obviously, bringing the family over here, it's a long way, so they've sacrificed a lot for me as well. And to get like the members' votes and the community, that's massive because I know how important the community and the fans are to our club, and hopefully we can get them out there next year and put some really good performances. And it'd just be good to get the crowds back at the games again.
Yeah, the fans have really been huge for us this year. They've shown a lot of loyalty and commitment to the club. It's going to be a massive day for them when we can get them back we get through this horrible phase and get them back into the stadiums, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't wait to just run out there again and see the East Stand and just hear the voices and stuff in the crowd. So hopefully we can get them back there, as soon as we're back playing next year. I think the season's starting at the end of March. So, yeah, fingers crossed we can get them all back out there.
On to our next award of the evening, which is the Colin Hutton Outstanding Contribution Award. Now, this year the award will go to a man who has worked tirelessly behind the scenes since 2008 and has been in the role of CEO since 2010. And what hasn't this individual done in support of the club and in support of all the things that have happened over the last 10, 12 years, from signing players to overseeing major projects, from stadium redevelopments to major events like the Rumble on the Humber, the boxing event, of course, the sellout concerts which have taken place here at the stadium. No 2 days, I'm sure, have been the same for this individual. We are delighted that he will remain at the club, moving on from being CEO to our community trust, alongside his role as one of the RFL vice presidents. The very deserving winner of the 2020 Colin Hutton Outstanding Contribution Award goes to Mike Smith.
Wanted the lights on you, Mike, so people can see you. We're doing a little piece to go on the website. It's my last day as chairman, as you know, and I suppose probably officially it's maybe a sort of crossover period as your last chief exec. So we both disappearing off at a similar time. If you remember a few years ago, we set up the Colin Hutton Outstanding Achievement Award. And in memory of Colin, dear old Colin, it was the greatest chairman ever associated with the club, a sort of fabulous ambassador that we all loved greatly. And we always look every year for something befitting of carrying his name. And Sue would have been here normally to have presented an award. And we can't think of anyone more fitting this particular year than yourself for everything that you've done for the club. Obviously, you're not disappearing anywhere, just moving into a different role and doing that with a lot of energy because he's got a lot of things to achieve over the next few years. So you're not really going anywhere, which is good for everyone. But we just wanted to mark in an appropriate manner your time as chief executive of the club, and we think the Colin Hutton Outstanding Contribution Award is that. So when we get a chance, we'll present it to you physically, but for now, obviously can only do it down the line. And that's it really. So it's over to you to make an emotional speech before you head for the little boys' room.
So thank you for that. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, you have got me in false pretenses. And I rang Franco early and he won't answer the phone. I thought it was a bit strange, but yeah, obviously getting awarded Colin's name on is special. He was sitting next to Colin, listening and watched the games with him, and it was just a great experience. And I still miss him, miss his comments, sat watching the game because he was very, very, knew the game inside out, being there, got the T-shirt, and also to follow him as being a vice president, president of the RFL again. That means quite a lot to me. There's only been 2 others in the city, so that's really good. And so I really appreciate the award. I suppose, yeah, it's right that you brought me to the club 12 years ago, and the fact that you're leaving today is a major blow, in my opinion. But what you've done probably outweighs anything that I've done and many of the people have done. So whilst I accept the award and greatly, I think, this is really down to you and what you've done for the club over the years. And not, just like I said before, not only just for me, but for the family. We're friends. We'll still be friends. and the family very close, and that means a lot to them, and I know it means a lot to your family. So I really appreciate the award.
Don't mean your jokes are funny. They're still incredibly unfunny. In the same way you're singing, still appalling.
I got a shave as well. Just rushed back to the club for this meeting.
It's not about me, it's about you, Mike. So every thanks from us all for your efforts down the years. As I say, it seems a bit strange because we're not there to share a beer in person, but it equally feels strange because I suspect you'll still be around in another 5 years just with a different hat on and making the community department of the club a raging success over that period. So thanks for everything and catch up very soon.
Cheers, thank you.
A quick break from the awards now to talk about someone who is very, very dear to all our hearts at Hull Kingston Rovers. And 2020 has, of course, seen many ups and downs, but pre-season, the biggest blow of all the club on the field was when Mossy Masoi suffered that life-changing injury. And I'm sure you're aware at the very beginning it was a bleak prognosis. Mossy has from that moment become an inspiration to everyone associated with the club and in fact the world of rugby league, as they witnessed his bravery, his fight and his determination throughout his recovery. He's made unbelievable progress over the recent months and was so delighted that he's with us this evening, and slowly but surely he's making progress and on the mend. Let's take a look at the journey of Mossy Masoi so far.
It was pre-season, January 1st. It was just a trial match against Wakefield, and it was a few minutes into the game. I went in for a tackle and I missed it. My neck went into hyperextension, and then on the way down it snapped a ligament in my neck. And then when I landed, it snapped another one, and so that just brought heaps of swelling to my spinal cord. Just become paralysed from the shoulder down. But, it happens.
I looked up and thought, oh, where's number 10? And then I realised it was Mossy, and then you could kind of tell it was something, just the way he was laid on the field, like he hadn't moved.
I knew something was wrong then. Just couldn't feel my legs or anything.
I went down with one of the boys to the change rooms and met him down there, and the moment he came in, I knew, like just by the look on his face, that it was something pretty serious.
And I said to Chris, can you just pinch me as hard as she can? And then and I couldn't feel it.
My nails dug in and there was marks on his legs.
We just had a moment to ourselves and we both had a bit of a cry.
Just to see someone that you love in a situation like that is just, really scary.
The surgeon come down and said, we've got to get you in straight away. I kind of looked at the surgeon at the time and said, you look a bit young to be a surgeon. Are you really doing the surgery? And I just started laughing. This is my nature, I just cracking jokes. And thank God that I got it done straight away, because it could have been worse.
Obviously, when the doctor came round and said to us that he would never fully recover, that was really heartbreaking to hear those words. But I just know what Moss is like.
The surgery went well, and I was still here today.
Then obviously COVID happened, so that was quite hard. But the hardest thing would be that we weren't able to see Mossy.
I've woken up and I couldn't move anything at the time. Then I start getting a bit of a flicker in my wrist. Try to tense my forearm or just try to move a finger or just anything. I was just trying to get anything back. I was just trying to challenge myself. But once I got that first step, I was just so stoked. Then I knew that I could do it. I could get up and walk around, and I was just lucky.
It's pretty crazy just to know from where he was to where he is, even now. We're very lucky, very lucky.
At the moment, I'm trying to get off crutches and get onto like a one crutch or like a cane. Once I get my balance back, I hopefully should be able to walk around normally.
whatever, anything we've ever gone through, his famous words are, "We'll be all right, we'll be all right." And he's always right. But if anyone is going to make it through, he's the most positive person.
Everyone says it's been a bad year, because of COVID, and I could have said the same thing because of my injury. But I've had a lot of great memories this year. The birth of my son, that was massive for us. Getting engaged with my fiancée, so that's how I'm going to remember. I'm not going to remember it because of this injury. So I've got to look at all the positives that's come out of this year.
Wow, great to hear from Mossy this evening on the Player of the Year awards. Mossy's been such an inspiration to us all. His determination, the smile on his face as he's dealt with an extremely difficult situation. And I'm sure we all can't wait for the day, for so many reasons, to welcome him back at Craven Park, to see him back out on the pitch, to say hello to all the fans. I'm sure that day is not too far away. We'll blow the roof off the East Stand when we welcome him back to Craven Park. Mossy Masoi, a true inspiration. On to the penultimate award this evening. It's for the Players Player of the Year award. It's sponsored by badrhino.com. And often this award is very important to the players. It's one many of them want to win because it's voted for by their fellow squad members, their peers within the team. And I can tell you that voted in third place was George Lawler. In second place in the Players Player of the Year awards, Kane Lynette. And the winner of the Players Player of the Year award, sponsored by badrhino.com, is Elliot Minchella.
Tuesday, Rovers' longest serving player, and Litton with the scampering run. Litton is away, Jez Litton. He's got support on his inside, and they're going to go in here with Minchella. They cut Wigan to ribbons there. Abdul examining this Wigan defence. What a pass that is! Back on the inside for Minchella. It's two for Elliot Minchella. Abdul once more. Really nice kick. Minchella is there. Minchella puts the ball down.
Players Player of the Year goes to a young man who came to us for to re-establish his Super League career. He's had a taste of it before he came to our club, but he came along to our club to get some more experience, prove it to himself and probably a few others as well. But he certainly took his opportunity, and he was one of our consistent performers this year. He had some really high-class games, along with not many games where he dipped below the high standards that he sets for himself. So, and I know every player who gets the Players Player award, there's a lot of kudos to that award as well, and so well deserved and well achieved in his first year for the club, and that's Elliot Minchella.
Elliot, congratulations on the award. What's your initial reaction on that? How are you feeling?
A bit shocked, to be honest. Like Tony said, I think that's to be recognised by your peers and teammates is probably the most important. It means the most than many any other awards. So a bit shocked, but I'm obviously proud. Thanks to the lads for voting. Yeah, it's nice to receive.
In your first year back in Super League, like Tony said, you felt like you might have had a point to prove. You've certainly done that across the league, and you've certainly done that with your teammates. How are you feeling with your first season back in the top flight?
Yeah, it's been good. I've really enjoyed it. It's been we've obviously had a few challenges with COVID. It's not been an awful year, but I feel like I've gained a lot of experience, and I feel like a better player, than 12 months ago when I joined the club. So I feel like I've progressed a lot. But obviously, still got a lot to work on, and still a lot of progressing in me.
And then just finally, it's your first season with the club, as well as picking up the award. But it's been tough. without a doubt, all across the league with COVID. But how have you found it, your first season with the Robins?
Yeah, I've loved it. It's been it's where I want to be playing Super League, and it's been a good ride. Obviously, we've had ups and downs, but like I said, I feel like I've benefited from all these different experiences, and I feel like I'm a better player than what I was like 12 months ago when I joined the club. So took a lot out of the year. It's been really good. Just can't wait to go again next year.
We have now come to the main event of the evening, the main award of the evening. It's the crowning of the Roger Millward Player of the Year award. It's sponsored by Hull College. Let me tell you who are the top three. In third place in the Player of the Year award is George Lawler. In second place in the Player of the Year awards, it's Elliot Minchella. And the Roger Millward Player of the Year for 2020, sponsored by Hull College, is Kane Linnett.
He quickened up the ruck here, back on the inside to Kane Linnett, and Linnett has slipped the net once again. Linnett back on the inside, and this time Mikey Lewis will score. They've still got the numbers maybe here. Briley, Kane Linnett trying to get in. Lovely pass for Crooks. Oh, that was beautifully worked.
Player of the Year in what was definitely one of the toughest years of rugby league that I've ever come across in my coaching career, and I'm sure many of the players would back it up, that it was a very, very difficult year and many challenges. But behind the scenes, I've got to say, all the players had a great attitude throughout, what was a really tough season, a bit of a disjointed season in many respects and a disrupted season. But all the players kept together and really kept a really good attitude all the way through. So, I want to give them all my thanks for that. And there was a number of players who were consistent through a disjointed year. And I've got to say that the players' player was Elliot. He rated very highly in the Player of the Year award, as did the eventual winner rate very highly in the players' player nominations as well. They were very, very close. But the overall most consistent player and Player of the Year award for this year was Kane Linnett.
Kane, congratulations on the award. It's one of the ones that's probably up there with players' player that people are probably after, and this one's one voted for by the board. You must be really happy to be given that award.
Yeah, obviously it's really humbling. I guess it's just really good to get recognised through some consistent performances. Obviously, there's a few boys in the squad who've had a strong year in a year that's been quite difficult. Like Elliot, I thought had a really good year. So, yeah, just obviously just good to be recognised, and it's something that very grateful for.
It's your second full season with the club. Do you reckon a lot of that success that you've had this year has come from, potentially setting a foundation from a strong debut season last year?
Yeah, I think, and just probably just doing things off the field, just trying to look after my body. Obviously, getting a little bit older now, so just doing things away from the field, and I've been lucky enough to string a few games together without any injuries, so that probably played a big role as well.
Congratulations to Kane Linnett, the Roger Millward Player of the Year for 2020. Now, we all know that once you join the Hull KR family, the club never really leaves you. So in a section we call Once a Robin, Always a Robin, we'd like to recognise those players who will be moving on to new chapters in their careers and lives, but will always be welcome at the club. Let's take a look at their highlights.
Oh, he catches it, he's away, Aston Golding. He races up towards the halfway line, the cover's coming across. Golding, I don't think he's going to get it. He's going for the corner, he's
oh, when the red robin goes ba-ba-ba-ba-along, along,
There'll be no more sobbing when he starts robbing his old.
Knowing when to just be happy with the progress you made.
Wake up,
Chris Hill.
Wake up.
That familiar stuttering run.
Get out
brings the team into the middle of the field. Something that every team tries to do.
Love, laughing, be happy. But it's hot and blue. Now I'm walking through fields of flowers. Rain may glisten, but still I'll listen for
Get down, Scott Taylor!
I'm down.
Robert Haraki has just boosted
just
you,
a
boy.
kid again, doing what I did again.
Has he got the power to get
In
over?
the sun,
Marvin Levett is held up.
red,
Well, Rob Hicks is going to have a look.
bobbing along.
Great ball to Oates. Oates is in for Rovers. Try number 3. 10 metres out for the Robins. Cryer forward from the Huddersfield fans, but nothing doing.
This year, 2020, will be forever remembered in the history books. Perhaps not so fondly, but it will be a time that is talked about forever. It has unquestionably been one of the hardest years in the club's history. And while it hasn't always been easy to watch at times, the players, staff and administrators have worked tirelessly, making so many personal sacrifices to keep Rugby League on your TV, laptop or smartphones. We hope the return of Super League has given you some respite from what has been a tough world to live with and something to look forward to each week. So, on behalf of the supporters watching at home, thank you to everyone in the room that has kept the show on the road in the face of so much adversity. And on behalf of everyone, to the supporters watching, thank you from everyone at the club. Simply put, without your fantastic support from keeping those memberships running, the retail sales that the club have recorded, the new lottery sign-ups, the club would not be here today. The club is about so much more than those things. It's about the connections we make, the memories we create, and being part of an extra special family. Your support has and will continue to ensure the generations that follow will enjoy those moments. Everyone at Hull Kingston Rovers can't wait to get back to the good times at Hull College Craven Park, and we really want to welcome you back with open arms in 2021. The first game with a packed house will be a special and emotional moment. Until then, we wish all our supporters good health, stay safe, we want you to have a wonderful Christmas, and we look forward to better times in 2021 and beyond. Thank you and good night.